most critical issue facing AIDS is for people to be aware of their HIV positive status or not. And the only way that can really happen, and the only way we can really get control of the epidemic, is for people to be tested. That is really the, by far, most effective way for prevention and slowing down the rate of new infections.
You know, the war against AIDS has actually made some good strides. There's some excellent oral medications that are available. The unfortunate thing about this war is we still haven't figured out a way to prevent the incidence of infection. Worldwide, that incidence is roughly 2.7 million new infections every year, and in this country for the last decade, the numbers haven't strayed very much, between 55 and 60,000 new infections in the U.S. alone. This war against AIDS, some of the key things that we need to do is figure out a way to prevent the incidence of infections. And this incidence of infections in this country has remained constant for the last decade, between 55 and 60,000 new infections. Also, the use of oral medications on a long-term basis is both costly and with huge side effects for the individuals that have to take those oral medications. Vaccine would work wonders for individuals who are on oral medications to wean them off of that cost and the medical side effects from taking those drugs. GeoVax has a preventative vaccine that is now in a phase 2A trial. That trial should be fully enrolled by the end of this year, the early part of next year. And we're in a phase 1 therapeutic trial. This is a trial directed towards individuals that are positive for HIV, with the intent of being able to wean them off their oral medications and allow their own immune system to fight the HIV virus.
Because the more means that people have to learn of their HIV status, the better chance that we have to combat this terrible epidemic. And we've seen over the years, as more and more testing technology has become available, that in fact people are aware that not only can they be tested, but that the availability of the manageable antiretroviral therapeutic regimes certainly is an encouraging reason for people to be tested, because they know that if they are positive, that there's a way for them to manage their lives and go on with normal lives, even if they're HIV positive, as we've increasingly seen in the world today. Yes, we have actually 2 FDA-approved rapid HIV tests marketed in the U.S. By our marketing partner Lear under the brand names of Clearview Complete and Clearview HIV 1-2 Stat Pack. And those same products are marketed globally by Chembio under our trade names of SureCheck and also Chembio HIV 1-2 Stat Pack. In addition, we have our first DPP HIV rapid test, and that product is undergoing clinical trials now in the United States, but it has already been approved internationally by the U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief Program, and most recently in Brazil, where we believe they'll be implementing a new screening program of pregnant women utilizing our test.
Universal access to GeoVax means the ability to make this vaccine useful on a global basis. And that's most likely going to be done by some large pharmaceutical firm who will eventually either license or acquire the rights to the vaccine from GeoVax. Currently, our vaccine is working for what's called a Clade B, which is primarily for North America and Europe, whereas we're beginning the research for the other clades for the rest of the developing world. And the company needs to develop those in order to be able to consider it a worldwide company.
Well, having universal access means that people have as great of an opportunity to learn of their HIV status as possible, because people need to be able to take control of their lives and to be able to take the steps necessary to understand what options they have. And until they get access to the information, to the technology, to the therapeutics, to the prevention measures, we'll never get control of any epidemic, including but not limited to HIV.